Hey, what's going on? This is Minister Gold. This is a MixItUp tutorial, and in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a redeem and a command that will help facilitate engagement in your chat. So basically, I have a command called fish. I'm using a program called Lurkbait, and when a user uses exclamation point fish, they will get some random fish like this. Okay, well, it's not always fish. Sometimes other things. I got a coffee cup that time.
I love gold!
But yeah, it'll tell you how much gold you get with it, and it adds to your total amount of gold. Um, and also on top of that, you can also add your own fish. So if I click on this here, and you're seeing it twice because I have it captured and I'm also looking at it in this screen directly. But you also have a custom catch section where you could add your own fish. So I have like SpongeBob's underwear, I have three-eyed fish, I have amaranth, Squidward thick thighs. So I have a bunch of my own fish that are in this pool that people can catch. And in addition to that, I have a redeem. So I have a redeem called Add a Fish, and the way that works is when a user redeems it, they'll put in the name of their fish, whatever it is, and I say don't make it TOS. They will tell me what they want to add. It needs to be a JPEG, PNG, or GIF, and don't have them post links because, well, you may not want links. It could be someone who's just trying to spam your chat. So instead, have them join your Discord, make a fish channel in your Discord server, and have them post their image there. And I have this set up so that when the user puts in what they want to add, it's automatically put into that Discord channel. And on top of that, let's look at this again. When you're adding your own custom catch, you can set the weight and you can set the gold. You can choose the image, the name, description, even give it a sound. Okay. Now, what's really important is the gold because depending on the value of your gold, it'll be common, uncommon, rare, epic, or legendary. So if I get like 35, that's uncommon, but if I have 34, that's common. Or if I have like 60, that's rare. If I have 59, that's still uncommon, and so on. So depending on how much gold the fish they are trying to add is worth, it'll be a different rarity value. And so I've put in things to automatically decide how much gold it's worth, and therefore what its rarity is, automatically decide its weight. Because before, this is what I was doing. Before, I was going to Google and I looked up a random number generator. So I was typing in like 1 to 1,000, give me a random number, and then I was trying to figure out the gold, and for that I was also doing 1 to 1,000. But instead of doing that, we already have all that technology, all like the ability to have random numbers generated. So instead of doing that in Google, I'm doing it automatically as soon as they add a fish. So I don't have to think about any of that. I just have to enter it in here. So to give you an example, let's add a fish. Okay, so yeah, so I can go to the channel reward for add a fish, type in Invader Zim, and we're gonna find out what rarity this is, how much it weighs, and how much gold we're getting for it, or how much gold you'd get for it if you caught it. Okay, and you couldn't see it because Lurkbait right now is covering is behind the overlays. So make sure in your sources you have Lurkbait after your sources so that your overlay will show up over the game and not behind it. Okay, so my fish was uncommon. Its weight is 367 and it's 10 gold. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so um I had to fix something with my command because it says it's uncommon and the gold is 10, but the gold should be at least 35. So that should be fixed now. So let's go and do that again. We'll type in, let me take off the cooldown for testing purposes. Okay, so we'll type in invader Zim. Okay, we got common. Its weight is 870. Its gold is 25. And if we go look at Discord, that has been added to the Discord channel. The reason why I'm adding this to the Discord channel is so that whoever added the fish, they'll know what fish they added. And instead of miniature gold, it'll say their username. And yeah, that's basically how it works. I'm gonna delete this just to reduce the spam. Okay, so now let me show you how to make this. Also, um, you could very well not do what I'm doing, not like say the rarities, not say the weight or the gold, but you're gonna give yourself more work because you have to think about this stuff anyway. It also makes it more exciting if like you're making a fish and you're like, oh, my fish is a legendary, or my fish is epic. So just kind of adds a little like more wow factor to it. But you could very well just use this game and that's it, and people will love that. But I wanted to take advantage of the weight, the gold, and the rarity, stuff like that. Um, and yeah, if you want to find this game is on Steam. I just bought it off of Steam. Last time I bought it, or when I last bought it, it was like $7. I think it's worth it because people really enjoy it. And you can compare it to something like PCG, Pokemon Community Game. Um, Pokemon Community Game is good, but it's not as visual. And I think it spams chat more. Just because you have it letting you know that a Pokemon is there. You have it letting you know that like someone caught a Pokemon. You have it letting you know if someone was gifted. So more spam in chat with Pokemon Community Game than with Lurkbait, I think. Um, okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure, and I'm assuming that you have your Discord overlay, or not Discord overlay, your MixItUp overlay already set up. That's assumed. So make sure you have your MixItUp overlay set up and refreshed. And also make sure you go to services, look for Discord, and make sure you're connected to Discord here if you plan on sending a message to Discord when someone tries to add a fish. Okay. Now first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a command, okay? And I called that command fish ID. In other words, the identity of the fish. And yeah, the command is exclamation point fish capital letters ID, but you can call it whatever you want. And let me break this down for you. Also, if at any point you're like, hey, I don't care, just give me the command, I will post that link under the description. But if you actually want to know how to do stuff with MixItUp, then watch this video. Okay, so first at the top we have a couple special identifiers. So you're gonna go to the drop down and look for special identifier, add it twice. The first one will be fish rarity, okay? And then we're taking a built-in special identifier. Also, let me hide Lurkbait. This is not doing me any favors right now. I'm gonna hide Lurkbait for now until we actually have to use it. Um, but yeah, so we have a special identifier that we're calling fish rarity, and a special identifier is basically a variable that you're creating that you want to give a value. And if you go to the MixItUp wiki page, um, and you go to special identifiers, you'll see that one of those identifiers is $ random number 100. And what that's going to do is going to come up with a random number between 1 to 100. We're going to make this globally usable. We'll make it a math expression so we can do things with it if we need to. The next special identifier I'm calling fish weight. Okay. And for this, the replacement text, we're putting the random number 1:1000. And that means it's going to come up with a random number between 1 and 1000. Make it globally usable and make it a math expression. Okay. Now, these 5 things over here, these are all conditionals. And once you make one, you can easily make the rest of them with some minor changes. So I'm going to go to the drop down. I'm going to click on conditional, add that. Don't add it 5 times because we want to copy the first conditional that we make after we're finished making it, so it saves you some work. So we're calling this conditional common. And now I'm saying for common, if the number for the special identifier we created, fish rarity, is greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to 35, we're going to do this. And inside this conditional, click on action, go to special identifier, add it. We're going to call this special identifier fish gold, and we're going to put in $random number 34. That'll give you a random number between 1 to 34. The reason why we're making it up to 34 is because 34, as I mentioned before, is common. Once you get to 35, that is uncommon. So that's going to be the gold value. Then we'll go to the drop down, look for chat message, add it. And in here, basically, I just say your fish is common. I put that in capital letters. I'm putting in capital letters so it's easy to spot. Same with the weight and the gold. I give a funny message. I say you brought all args, where all args is the name of the fish that they're adding into this cesspool we call life. GG's on making GG's on making something. And then I say at the end, weight, $fish weight for that variable that I created up here, and then gold, $fish gold for the variable that we created within this conditional. Okay? And then we have the fish message. So on the off chance that this that your fish is common, we're going to save this chat message to the fish message special identifier that we're creating. Um, and at the very end, after we've gone through the conditional, we're actually going to send this to Discord. So I pick send message, and if your Discord is connected in services, then you'll be able to select your channel. And I chose my fish channel, and I put in $user display name. So that's the user who redeemed the channel reward. Um, added a fish, and then I put capital letters details and then fish message, and that'll have the details of their fish, the name of the fish, the rarity, the weight, and the gold. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail for uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, but we'll go in it briefly. So for uncommon, I say the fish rarity is greater than equal to 36 or less than equal to 60, then we're going to make it uncommon. Now, these numbers that I choose for fish rarity, I'm choosing those arbitrarily. You can choose whatever numbers you want for rarity, but that's what I've chosen. So there is a 35, like a 34, 35 point difference for my rarity and common. there is a 25 point difference in my fish rarity for uncommon, about 20 for rare, about 15 for epic, and about 5 for legendary. Um, so that's just how I did my rarity, but you can do however you want. And then, like before, we're adding fish gold. This time it'll be random number 35 colon 59. And that means it's going to pick a random number between 35 to 59. And the reason for that is because uncommon starts at 35, ends at 59. Once you get into 60, it's rare. Okay. And then again, we have a fish message that I originally put in here. Um, it's literally the same exact thing as common, but I just changed with the message a little bit right in the middle. Um, but yeah, everything else is the same. Saying what kind of fish it is, the weight, the gold, and so on. And yeah, that same message put in this special identifier called fish message, so we can later send that to Discord after it figures out which kind of fish is going to be sent, like what the rarity of the fish is going to be. Okay, so for rare, um, it's going to be a random number between 60 to 109. And again, I'll show you 60 is rare, 109 is rare, 110 is epic. Okay. Um, and yeah, nothing new over here. Same thing as the first, well, as common and uncommon. Okay. And then epic. Um, for the gold, again, we're using a random number between 110 to 200. So 110 is epic, 200 is epic, 201 is legendary. Okay. Finally, for legendary, um, for the gold, it's a random number between 201 to 1,000. Okay. So let's double check the gold again. So 201 is legendary, 1,000 legendary. Could you do 1,001? You can't. So I pressed 1 for the final digit and it just gives me a 0. So you actually can't go higher than 1,000 for the gold. Okay. Now there is one more thing that I added for this. I added a special sound for legendary. I'm probably gonna do the same thing for epic and rare. I'm not gonna do the same thing for common and uncommon because it's gonna happen a lot if I do that. But yeah, so for legendary, I have this sound.
Legendary!
Okay, and if that sounds familiar to you, it's because it's from a game called Hearthstone, and I was gonna add like epic for epic and rare for rare from Hearthstone. So that's a cute touch. Do that if you want, but you don't have to. Okay, so once this command is created, we're going to save it. And now we have to make the add a fish redeem. And I never explained to you what we're going to be using the $ all args for. Let me point it out again in case you missed it. Um, so in the message, I have you brought $ all args into the cesspool, where that's the name of the fish they want to add. And let me show you what that does. Okay, so we're going to go to the top left for the menu. We're going to go to Twitch channel points, and then you're going to go to create new channel point reward. And you have to do this in MixItUp. If you don't do it in MixItUp, then MixItUp can't control, MixItUp can't interact with the channel point reward. So do not create this in Twitch. Create this in MixItUp. Okay. So here is my add a fish channel reward. Oh, and on the off chance that you are unable to add this channel reward, it may be because you're at the max for how many channel rewards you're allowed to have. If that's the case, find a channel reward to delete, and then you can add one via MixItUp. Okay, so this is what's happening for the add a fish redeem. I have an overlay. That is this. Okay, so it's set to 560 by 315. For the screen position, I'm using percentage. It is 12 from the left and 14 from the top, and the duration that is on the screen is for 2 seconds. Okay. And then after that, I'm using I go to the drop down, look for command, hit the plus sign, and over here we're running the fish ID command. And for the arguments, we're supplying $message. And what $message is going to do is when the add a fish redeem, when the add a fish channel reward is redeemed, um, this is going to come after the like fish ID channel reward or fish ID command rather. And so just to give you an idea, so basically what's happening is it's when the channel redeem is used, it's going like this. Invader Zim. So it's taking everything after fish ID, um, and then it's supplying it to that command that we made. So where it says you brought all args into this world, it's gonna say you brought Invader Zim into this world. So that's what all args is doing in this case. So that is why we have the $ message here, and that is why we have the $ all args um, in the fish ID command, and that's it. You're just gonna save it, and that's it. And yeah, that is how you make this channel reward. And let's use it one more time. Let's add something else. Uh, oh, by the way, I should be clear that the add a fish channel reward, it's not going to fill any of this in. It's not going to fill in the weight, the gold. It's not going to put the fish image in here. That you have to do manually. But at least you don't have to think about what the weight is, what the gold is going to be, and yeah, all you have to do is put the image and the name and then save it, and that's it. Okay, so let's add another fish using the add a fish channel reward. You know what? Screw it. I'll just say Ninja Gaiden. Okay, Ninja Gaiden. Okay. Your fish is uncommon. Weight 434, gold 45. So then I just go in here and I go, okay, weight 434, gold 45, and then add the image, where the image will be inside your fish channel that you created. And presumably, right after this message will be where your user from chat will post their image right after this. Okay? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I hope I was thorough enough. Let me know if anything was unclear. Um, but yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them in chat. Please like the video if you thought this was cool. Please subscribe if you want to see more mix-up tutorials. And also, if you'd like to hang out, I'm at twitch.tv/ministergold. We can talk about MixItUp, we can talk about gaming, life, whatever. But yeah, come stop by. Thank you for your time and take it easy. See ya.